everyone, my name is Psychedelic Cactus. That's a mouthful, so for all intents and purposes, I'm Psych. Today, I'm going to be potting some propagations and repotting some plants back here that you can see that have been either in their nursery pots or just clustered for way too long. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. This is obviously my first video for this channel, and so you're probably like, I don't know who this person is, but you can figure out along the way, and I can figure out what I'm doing along the way. So, to start off, these are way overdue, as you can see. I have, I think, 9 cuttings of, well, I say cuttings, they're not really cuttings, of Wandering Jew. They have a scientific name. I know it starts with a T. I don't know what it is, which is kind of sad because I work at a garden center, so you would think I should know what that is. But so these aren't really cuttings. Like I said, they're droppings because I work at a garden center and we got a shipment of these, and the people that were unloading them from the truck were really messy with it. And so, hot coffee, sip time. Even though it's like 95 degrees outside, who cares? Hot coffee is elite. But so they're really rough when they were getting them off the truck, and so a lot of these fell off of the truck onto the ground, like the little pieces of it. And so, no, I'm not stealing. I was saving them from spending the rest of their life stuck on the ground of the garden center. So that is what these are. So hopefully I can turn what would have been a dead cutting into a nice happy plant. And I have little bowls of dirt for each one. I've custom mixed my own potting mix, mostly because I have killed many a plant from using like the Miracle-Gro potting soil, and so I just didn't want to run into that again. And I also, this is kind of like an experiment for me as well, because I'm trying out some mixtures that I have seen either other people use or I've read could be helpful. So I think we need to start with the Wandering Jew. It's a tradescantia? Transcendentia? I don't know. I will look it up and figure it out. But, so the pot that I'm putting these in, I'm going to put it in this little hanging basket. That's not really a basket, it's a pot. This little hanging pot, this is actually what that pothos came in, but I was like, I think that pothos is already outgrowing that pot. So, and then I ordered these little orchid pots on Amazon, and no, I'm not planting orchids, but I have always had an issue with my plants getting too much moisture. So I wanted something with a good bit of drainage, and also it's really hard to find custom like nursery pots in the sizes you want, but it's really easy to find really small orchid pots. So that's where that is coming from. Oh, I need to lay out my little towel. In the back, you can see my my map of Middle Earth. It's like my most prized possession. That's one thing you'll learn if you stick around this channel long enough, as I am obsessed with many things, of which is Lord of the Rings. So that's a fun little touch to my room that I love. Okay, so pot rag, because I'm not trying to mess up. This is my landlord's desk. I don't want to mess that up. Okay, so this is the soil. I think what I have in this is peat moss, a little bit of coarse sand, because I feel like that is going to keep it from just getting really squishy in here. And then I have perlite and a little bit of orchid bark. I like to throw orchid bark into mostly everything because, I mean, unless it really needs a lot of moisture. So I'm just going to put some at the base. And this is going to be a learning process. I've also lightly dampened this soil, but I'm going to do it a little bit more, because especially like in perlite heavy mixtures, if you put it in dry and then water it, they'll separate and all the perlite will come up to the top. And you kind of just don't want that, because, well, then it'll be separated and you want it to mix. And ignore all the dirt that gets on my nails during this. Don't come for me. Don't do it. So these aren't the healthiest looking cuttings, but from their, their origin story, you got to give them a break. So I have several. I don't even know if we're going to be able to fit them all in this little pot. So I think I'm gonna lay them all out and then put them in all at the same time. Ooh, you hear that thunder? Also, these might be getting a little bit rotten. They might be. So yeah, like some of these are pretty big, but like there's some like dead parts on the leaves. I hope they bounce back though. I'm sure they will, I'm sure. And then I have some in this one. I love this little thing. I got it at Goodwill. It was $1. It's so cute. So these roots are kind of tangled up. That's not ideal, definitely. Ah, there we go, there we go. That's what we're talking about. And then, well, let me get this one. This cute little thing. This is a bottle that my friend used to keep her cat's claw in. If you don't know what that is, it's like a witch doctor, like wellness thing. But it's a cute bottle, so I'll take it. And then I have the ones in the little orbs. These ones I've had the longest because I didn't get them all on the same day. But yeah, so like this one, like that's looking pretty healthy. Like that has some potential there. Some potential. I crammed these guys in here. My bad. But I mean, the roots is that like they're coming in and they're strong. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that this is going to work out. And I want to cram a lot into this small, I think it's a 4-inch pot because I want it to look bushy. I had one of these before. It died. And I want this one, it was kind of stringy looking anyways, so I want this one to look bushy, you know? Okay, there we go. Wow, I just have like a, ew, look at that, that's so gross. I need to clean that out. I wonder if it's gonna rain. It's been a while since we've had rain. It's hot as heck where I live too, so maybe you could use it. It's like every old man ever when there's rain. We needed this. We needed this. You know what? If I'm recording all of this and this audio cuts out, I'm gonna cry. I didn't do a test or anything. I literally set my cell phone up on my counter and said, okay, let's go. Let's do it. I don't know if you can hear the lightning warning in the background. There's one close by my apartment and I can hear it anytime there's lightning. So now let me move all these bottles out of the way. So now I'm just trying to fit these into this like in a nice arrangement kind of way. This is definitely the longest one, so I'm gonna put it in the middle. I think like that. You need some more dirt in here. I don't even know if I made enough mixture, to be honest with you. See, this is why I put that paper, or not paper towel, the towel down. It is messy. I want this one to kind of stick straight up. I don't know that it will, but we can try. We can certainly try. Yeah, in hindsight, definitely not enough soil. Oops. My bad. Because I made like a whole bowl full, but I guess I didn't think about like compacting and also stuff that I would spill. Okay, right. Honestly, I think the thunderstorm kind of adds like a peaceful element, like just two pals hanging out, doing plant stuff, watching the storm. Summertime. Summer vibes. Summer vibes. That one can move. Honestly, my tactic here is just make hole, put root in hole, hope for the best. Okay, that one's not bad. You probably can't even see what I'm doing. I'm just arranging. I have it propped up on a little terracotta pot stand. resourceful, you know. This one's already falling over. Oh my gosh. Get down in there. It's just too tall is the problem. Oh my goodness. And I have like 8 more of these to go, so. But maybe once I get more in here, they'll start to kind of lean on each other, and it'll be a little bit nicer, a little bit easier for all of them to stay put. Okay, it's coming together. Like it definitely needs work, but it's coming together. This one, look how like there's so many different nodes on there. So it'll probably be a little easier to get that one to stay put because I can just shove it like straight in. So I'm just putting a little hole in with my finger all the way to the bottom for this one. And just tucking the roots in. I mean, when you're like planting propagations, some roots are going to get damaged. That's just inevitable. But you can be as careful as you can be. Some intense thunder. But I love it. I love it. I was gonna go get margs after this. Now I don't know if I can. She says you can't have margs in the rain though, so. Coffee break. So far, I mean, not bad. We have a couple in there. They're not super sturdy. What might help though is putting some water in here. So let me scoop that out of the way. I still have a good few of these propagations. I'm gonna try to find a way to jam them in here, and then I will come back and kind of wrap up. Well, yeah, I'm probably just gonna put about 4 more in here, but you don't need to see me grind my hands around in a pot for another 10 minutes. So I'm gonna pause it here, and then we can regroup when I have these cuttings in here. So, all right, we are back. I have shoved as many of these in here as I think I can. There's only one little fallen soldier left out, so I'm just gonna put him back in the little water. I mean, why not? It looks kind of cool just to have things in there. But, so this is the final product. This one droops down, but that's because the roots are going that way, and I think since it's going to be in a hanging basket, it adds a really nice effect. I think overall it has that bushiness that I was going for, definitely more on this side than this side because of this one going down. Like if this one was up, then that would be like, but I kind of like it drooping down like that. So I am going to give it a nice mist. I'm pretty sure these like a good bit of moisture, but I mean, you can't be sure. No, I'm just kidding. I will, anything, like any detail about a plant that I'm working with in a video, I'm going to give like a very detailed summary of it in the description box. Anything I forget to mention, because I do, I want this to be a little educational. If you're definitely new to plants and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I would love for you to gain, this is mostly just for vibes. I really want to do this channel so that I can talk about things that I love without oversharing with people in my life that don't really care what I'm talking about. So, this is definitely a space for people who love plants. And I'm also going to do other things too. I'm probably going to do a little bit of Minecraft because I love it. And I'm also probably going to do some videos about like sustainability and recycling, because that is another one of my big passions that people in my personal life get sick of me talking about. So, but yeah, so like I said, I'll leave anything in the description box about this plant, this beautiful purple and green little guy. And I also, help me come up with a name for this fella. A part of me wants to go like along the theme of like you had a bunch of things separate, but then they came together to make something good. So if you have any ideas, let me know. But yeah, so this is the final product. I'm gonna give it a good water over the bowl because I don't want everything in my room to get wet. This is what I'm worried about though, is this pot gonna make it drain too much? I don't think so. It's the train. Sorry about the cut. I have a train right outside my window and it likes to go by about every 30 minutes, so I didn't want that to be too noisy. But in the meantime, I did just water. I mean, I basically emptied this thing that was full, poured it in here. My rule of thumb for watering is just water until it drains and then let it drain fully. You can't when people say overwatering, they are meaning watering too much quantity wise. They're saying watering too much frequency wise. And so, I mean, as long as you just let it drain fully, then you're fine. But that is basically all. I'm going to continue to let this guy drip for a little bit. And then put it in here. I'm really excited for this. The hook is actually right above my head where I'm going to hang it from. This is the final product. I think it looks perfect. It's kind of exactly what I had in mind, what I was hoping for. So I think that's going to be all for this video. Thanks for stopping by. If you are interested in more plant, Minecraft, recycling vibes, you know, that's what channel is mostly going to be about. But yeah, thanks so much for stopping by, and I will see you next time.